Hey everybody, it's Jerry from the Military Collectible Shop, and welcome to this Mark-free episode of What's New at the Military Collectible Shop. Mark's actually got some family stuff that he's got to contend with, so I wanted to get some, because we got a bunch of stuff in, I wanted to share it with you, so we could, well, before it gets lost in the warehouse, honestly. Just a variety of stuff, again. We never know what we're going to get, which is one of the things that makes doing this a lot of fun. So we never know what's going to walk through the door or what we're going to get contacted about. So a variety of things. All right. I was going to try to do it chronologically, but that doesn't really make sense with what I've got. So I'm just going to start left to right. Why not? My left. All right, probably one of my favorite pieces that we got in, World War II German Navy tropical hat. These were worn by coastal artillery guys, and in places where the German Navy was places that it was hot. The tan tropical, almost like the Africa Corps M41 hat, but instead of the red inner thing, it's got a green inner thing. This one's actually got the guy's name in it too, which is kind of neat. Those of you who've been watching know that I like to collect things that have some, history and personality. I'm not a Depot Queen collector like some of our friends out there. John, I'm looking at you. Where they like the stuff fresh off the factory shelf. Where the only person to ever see it was the Polish worker who made it. But I like stuff with a little bit of history. Blown up, it's fine. Little salty, awesome. Got some tank oil on it, even better. So this is a very cool hat. Not one you see a lot. I used to have one of these, and I sold it a long time ago, and I was always kind of sad that I did. So I'm happy to have this one back, happy to add it to my collection. With it came a German Pith Helmet. A little worse for the wear, a little squishy, but that's okay. I always liked this style Pith helmet. This is the canvas one, and the canvas ones were actually worn in Africa. The later felt ones, that reminds me of a limerick that I won't do right now. But the felt ones were worn later on in Italy. Still nice tropical helmets, and a ton of them, the felt ones, turned up in the warehouses after the war. So sometimes on the felt ones, you'll actually see them marked Germany inside the sweatband. That was because of the export laws. It doesn't make them fake. They were actually produced wartime, but they just, in order to be sold after the war, they had to be marked with the country of origin, which was Germany. So if you see that, now they do make fake Pith helmets, but generally they're easy enough to tell. But yeah, this one's got the, shields on it. Like I said, a little squishy, missing the chin strap, but still a decent example. So that was good to get. Anytime you can get the tropical stuff, it's just a little rarer. Okay, going back in time. Now I got the Huey Lewis song in my head. Thanks, Huey. Got in a oh, crap. Hey, it's Mark. Hold on. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Jerry.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. How's Julie?
Not okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I won't be coming to the shop. We already figured that out anyways.
I figured that out anyways.
But I think she's better than she was yesterday.
Oh.
But she's not.
Well, sure. No, I mean, that's not a day kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, good luck today.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, I'll let you know what happens. I'll give you the after action report.
All right.
Yeah, let me know if you need anything.
Okay.
I can deliver whiskey.
Cool.
I saw a thing that said God invented whiskey so the Irish wouldn't take over the world.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, well, I will talk to you a little later.
Okay.
All right, see ya. Bye.
Bye.
All right, sorry about that. And I'm back. Okay, so got a, it's a real early U.S. Navy officer's belt and buckle. You know, it's hard to say exactly when these were used, but I know because of the pattern of the eagle, we should be able to date it, you know, within a certain time frame. But the leather's fairly well preserved, so that's nice to see. And you know, it's just a nice early piece. Also with that, we got an early tin type of it was a Confederate. No, it's not a Confederate. It's a Union soldier. In kind of a typical, you know, pose, but a nice uniform shot. You know, decent looking younger guy. Looks kind of bored. You know, unfortunately, no identification. Sometimes in the backs of the images, there'll be the people's names or something, but no, not in this case. But tin types, and you know, in any of the Civil War imagery, daguerreotypes, ambrotypes. All those other types are nice to find. We don't see a lot of Civil War stuff here, so it's exciting for us when we do. Okay, just because this is on top, got in a patch collection. Nice binder full of, this one happened to be U.S. Army Air Force patches, and some photos. Just you know, a lot of nice patches in here. You know, most of them fairly typical, some not. Nice bullion, 10th Army Air Force, a couple different error patches. You know, some different types of production. World War I, some nose art. You know, so just a real nice group of insignia. You know, that kind of thing. So. Yeah, and we'll be getting the rest of the collection as well, so that's nice. You know, to be able to go through those. Also got in some just some smaller U.S. groupings, metal groupings. You know, various identified different groupings, infantry. There's another Army Air Corps grouping with the wings and everything. And we did get, the nice thing, we did get some preliminary paperwork with these. So it's always nice when we can, again, add the history to the item. I mean, we get so many items that just have no history to them, or the history's been lost to time. You know, that we can't, you know, we don't know who might have had it. And that's fine. I mean, we can always sell those, you know, to people who are just looking either for an example, or a lot of times families are now looking for some way to honor their loved one who served by creating memory boxes, so we can help those families. You know, especially when there's multiple kids and they might only have one set of medals. So what they'll do is they'll split the medals up amongst themselves, and then we'll help fill out all the medals so every kid can get a representative display of the parents' medals. Another nice bullion Army Air Forces patch as part of one of the groups. Okay, got in a couple daggers. Woohoo! Finally, daggers. Those of you who've been calling about daggers, yeah, they're probably going to be sold by the time you see this, so don't bother calling. SA dagger. The nice thing about this one is it's an early one, kind of an unusual maker. C. Eppenstein and Son from Soligen. So not the super best condition, but I've seen a lot worse. You know, nice early nickel silver fittings. It's got the leather hanger. You know, the tips a bit mashied. You know, that happened. So always good to get SA daggers. We just don't see a lot of them anymore. And we even got it in an SS dagger. You know, so that's great. This one is an RZM one. Again, not the best condition. You know, not you know, the lovely Mr. Whitman shiny. You know, perfect. And honestly, he has really nice daggers. You know, but this is kind of what we see. You know, but it's still a nice, honest piece. RZM. Actually, it's an unusual maker. This one hasn't been actually identified. It's RZM 1370/40. So the maker, as far as I know yet, still hasn't been identified. But you know, decent representative piece, and it'll be, you know, at a price point that, you know, isn't into the stratosphere as some of them have gone. You know, so an example to be proud of in your collection. Okay, a couple other things that are out over here. All right, this one, I've been waiting to open this, and it's been killing me. And now I don't have a knife, and I don't have Mark. Found a couple other little bits while I was looking for a knife too. Apologize for the state of the shop. We've got a lot going on lately. So thankfully, my wonderful wife Sherry has done a great job in kind of neatening up the place and making it at least passable for guests. So, these are cool. These are two Japanese uniforms, an officer's and an enlisted man, and the officer's has the shoulder boards, which they thankfully took off for shipping. That was nice of them, just to not muck them up. But what's cool about these is these are actually movie props from the older movie Tora Tora Tora. So those of you who again have watched know that one of my sideline collections is war movie props. It kind of fits in with the other stuff that I collect. So I was really excited to get these, you know, especially from an older, well, I'm not sure when it came out, slightly older movie, you know, and decent examples of you know, of the uniforms, and just something you don't often see with the pants, you know, so. That's kind of cool. At some point, I will do. I've been asked to do a video on some of my movie prop and costume collection. You know, and while I'm not, you know, in the stratosphere of some of the other prop and movie collectors, like a certain military dealer who's got 3 DeLoreans. I won't mention his name. Bill Shea. Again, a great guy. Just at a little different level than we're at. But I'm very happy to, you know, find some stuff from my own collection, because it's really cool to see, you know, in some cases how they made different things, how they put together, how they fabricated reproduction stuff. And we've actually helped out in a lot of, not a lot, several independent movies and play productions. So we've helped out with local theater productions of like A Few Good Men. We helped with one, Playing for Time, which was about an Auschwitz, the band at Auschwitz. I actually played a part in a local college production of I Never Saw Another Butterfly, which was another Holocaust play about the children at the Terezin concentration camp. So we like to help out. We've helped out a couple independent movies too, with different props and costumes and things like that, and just you know, kind of being technical advisors. So trying to give them a little slice of history, to fit in with their storytelling. So it's always fun to see how other prop makers and things kind of create things and sell the illusion. So that's always neat. And these actually have the, I know they're much misaligned, but the certificates of authenticity, which is always good. And these actually have the costumer tags in them, which actually for me lends more credence than the certificates of authenticity. But nice to have both. Because in the world of prop collecting, just like in the world of militaria collecting, it's fraught with fakes. There's just a lot of fakes, and some of the things, especially when you get to what are known as hero pieces, like the Wilson ball from Castaway and things like that, where it's a very iconic piece. You want to be sure that you're actually getting the screen-used version of that. Okay, so I got some other German bits. Luftwaffe. I don't think this is a hat. Well, no, maybe it is a hat eagle. Little hat eagle. This is fun. It's a German Oktoberfest tinny from 1936. An early SA-SS political eagle for the Kepi. The early political leader cockade with the enameled center, and the Army cockade. And then also got in a set of Civil War cavalry cross sabers and a reproduction CSA Confederate buckle. And this one actually took me a little bit of research, because these were even the originals of these are fairly crude cast. And so this one is very, very close to the original. But before I paid out, what originals are going for, I wanted to be sure that this was an original. So I had to do some due diligence research, email a few experts in the field on it, share the pictures, and the information came back. That's not a based on measurements and other kind of very specifics. The mounting of the hooks, that it's not an original. And I told the guy, I said, look, this is not an original. I shared with him the emails and who I got to sort of de-authenticate it. And he was fine with it. I said, he's like, well, you're still interested as a reproduction? And it's like, sure. We've got a market for this. We've got reenactors who will purchase it as a reproduction. Yeah. So anyways, always worth the research. We try to do our due diligence, especially, on pieces that we're not as familiar with. We try to study all this stuff, but invariably we see something new every day. Okay, last but not least, as I'm running out of time, got in a bunch of our shirts. Yay! So, those of you who've been asking about how do I buy a shirt? How do I buy a shirt? I forget how much they are. We're going to list them on the website soon. So I've got I wanted to surprise Mark, but he's not here. But I made up ones just for us, because we always kind of wear the same thing. So I got these new ones. You like it? I was inspired by, I don't know if you've ever seen the poster by Banksy. I'm a big Banksy fan. Love the idea of his street art. I love the sense of humor that he has with it. I love his social commentary on it, and I very much love his technique. So he's got a poster called Bomb Love, and so we kind of, as an homage to that, we came up with these. So I want to surprise Mark with these. Got the militarycollectibleshop.com on the back. So maybe I'll wear one next time and surprise him. Let's see, what else do we get? Okay, those are those. Oh, and then again, not for the general public, because it's kind of like we're a test market. I also got a regular shirt in gray, actually because of my wife. Sherry wanted, she didn't like the black. She felt it was too hot. So I did it in a gray, to see how that would, and I think it turned out nice. So like when we do shows and things outside, not wearing a black shirt, probably a good thing. So that's cool. But again, for those of you who've been asking about shirts, check the website. We'll get these sorted by size, so you can buy one off there. And then, if you, and I'm not sure how the kids do it, but if you send us a picture of you wearing our shirt, and we're going to try to get a bunch of you, because I know a bunch of you said, hey, I'll wear that to the show. We're going to try to get pictures of you guys wearing the swag. And so we might have a contest or something, as a thank you to you guys for supporting us. Really appreciate all the time you spent with us, watching us, all of you with your usually thoughtful, mostly complimentary comments. We love hearing from you. Love all the questions. Keep sending in the questions, either ones you want us to tackle on a Q&A session, or if you got a certain question on an item, hey, I was looking at this website, what do you think about this? I'm thinking about collecting this, what should I look out for? Do you know any good dealers who deal in blah? Whatever your question is, we love helping people in the hobby. This hobby is not a vacuum. You can't, well, you can collect by yourself, but it's more fun to be able to share what you find, with other collectors. And there's a lot of places to do that. I mean, I'm not such a fan of the Facebook stuff, because it's like it's gone. I never know what's happening. I never can seem to get back to the same thing I just looked at. But there are plenty of internet forums. Those are great. I'm actually a moderator on the U.S. Military Forum and the World Military Forum. So those are both great places for information and to kind of socially, share amongst your colleagues as well. There's plenty of German forums out there as well. I belong to a couple of them. So a lot of great forums, a lot of great people to talk to. Okay, I think that's it. I got to put this crap away. I can't say crap. I have to put this stuff away and get ready to open. So thanks for joining me. Mark will be here soon, and we'll see you again next time on What's New at the Military Collectible Shop. Stay well, everybody.